Hey guys, so I'm gonna cover a few separate things that kind of all linked into one story slash lesson that I want to teach today, because that's my purpose in life. But also, I just want to say, for anyone that's been here for the last 2 or 3 videos, I am sincerely sorry for my idiocy. Is that a word? I'm sincerely sorry for my stupidity, because okay, I bought a new mic a while ago. It's this one. Hi, hello. And I have, it's a software called Audacity, so you can put all the audio through there and then export it, and it's great stuff. You have to set up which mic you want it to record, right? So you'd think that I would, check the settings every time I want to record, and I just didn't. I ended up recording off of my laptop microphone for the last 3 videos, and everyone was like, why is the audio sounding like a 2005 iPhone, even though there were no iPhones in 2005, but you get the point. And I was like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? It doesn't make any sense, but like I knew, because during editing I'd be like, why does this sound so bad? And I thought maybe if I export it will sound okay. And I checked the settings and that was the tea on that. So hi, today we have some crisp audio, like it should have been if I wasn't a fucking moron. But let's get into today's video. As you can see by the title, we have some tea to spill. Shane Dawson has had a crazy career. He went from making very edgy content at the start of YouTube, like 2008, 9, and then he went into kind of making weird food videos and frying his Barbie, which I mean to me was still entertaining, but I can understand why he wasn't as proud of that content. Then he went more into conspiracies, and then he did kind of in real life videos where he would try out a first class airplane ticket thing, flight, that's the word I was looking for, or he would do a tour of a haunted place. And that was kind of, I feel like, the transition into the style of content he makes now. I feel like it very much resembles that, and he now makes documentary style videos where he will combine sitting down and talking and going out and trying out the conspiracies. And that's where he kind of joined 2 different types of content he would make, and probably the 2 most popular types of content he would make: conspiracy videos and the in real life trying haunted places one. And he kind of joined them together and made them into a documentary series style. All is good and well. Everyone was going crazy over these videos, saying how Shane Dawson is the #1 YouTuber on the platform. He is the best YouTuber we have. He is amazing. His content's fantastic. He's creative. All of that good stuff. And I was waiting for a crack. I was waiting for a but. I was waiting for a however. I've realized this happens to a lot of YouTubers who rise very quickly, get popular very quickly, and then they fall just as quickly. And that has been a trend on YouTube for a while now, and I kind of felt the need to talk about it because it's ridiculous. That's my tea on that. There are some YouTubers who grow organically. They kind of grow at the pace that you'd expect a channel to grow. And then there's some YouTubers who had, a video or a few videos that made their channel blow up. Emma Chamberlain being a very good example of that. She had her dollar store video. It blew up. She went from 0 to 100k in 2.5 seconds, and then the rest was history. But I realized that once she hit that million subscriber mark, it was almost a competition of who can drag her down the quickest, because we as a community just can't seem to accept that people are doing better than us. Yes, to everyone out there watching, your parents were in fact wrong and they were lying to you. There are people that are better than you, and there will always be people that are better than you, better looking than you, smarter than you, doing better than you, making more money than you. That is just a law of life. You will never be the best at everything. There will always be someone who is better than you at something, and that does not mean that you have to try and drag them down and ruin their careers. Another good example of that, I'd say, is Cody Ko and Noel Miller, who are a duo pretty much. I mean, they mainly go on Cody's channel, but they all film videos together. They have a series called That's Cringe. They also have a series on Noel's channel, which is the Love Island gaming app. And they have been loved by the community. When I say loved, I mean like everyone is talking about them. Every YouTuber wants to be them. Everyone wants to make the kind of content they make. Everyone finds them hilarious. Everyone is enjoying their content. The sub to view ratio is amazing, impeccable. And I was waiting because they're one of my favorite content creators. They're some of my favorite content creators. And I was waiting for a Emma Chamberlain pattern trend. I was waiting for a crack. Someone found a Vine of Cody Ko saying the N-word a few years back.
I care about yo, nigga 4, nigga 5, nigga 6, nigga 7, nigga 8, nigga 9, nigga.
They also found a clip of a podcast that Noel and Cody have together where Noel was basically saying things that were deemed as transphobic. That's where it started. At that point, people were just looking for anything else. And Cody kind of didn't apologize. He went on Patreon, wrote a little sum and left it at that, and guess what, he is fine. He's been left alone. James Charles, take notes. I'm not saying Cody did the right thing. I feel like he should have said something to maybe more people than just those on Patreon, but it kind of goes to show that the less attention you pay to people trying to cancel you, the less they kind of cancel you, because you're not giving them the attention that they wanted and they just kind of leave. And as much as sometimes I think people do have to apologize, aka Cody Ko should have apologized, he's clearly showing that, hey, if you don't, they're gonna leave you alone. Before that happened, I was watching a smaller commentary channel talk about how Cody Ko is her favorite YouTuber, or one of her favorite YouTubers, but she said that she was waiting for him to say the wrong thing or say a joke about the wrong person and get cancelled. And here we are, like a month later, not even, maybe 2 weeks later, he is on the verge of being cancelled. Another example of that was PewDiePie. I know people are very torn about PewDiePie right now. I like him. I think he's funny, but I do understand the problems that people have with him. I feel like we hold YouTubers and comedians and entertainers too accountable for their jokes. I feel like when a YouTuber says a joke and someone takes it too seriously, the YouTuber is not the one who should be held accountable for that. It's the person that took it too seriously. Remember, for the purpose of this video, we are not focusing on whether cancelling someone was the valid route in that specific case or not. We're just focusing on cancelling people as a whole and cancel culture and what it has become. Maybe you believe that Cody Ko should have been cancelled, and that is a valid opinion that you hold. Maybe you believe that PewDiePie should have been cancelled by now, and that is also a valid opinion that you can hold. I'm not talking about why they were cancelled, but more the fact how they were cancelled, or how they were almost cancelled in some cases. With cancel culture, it's almost a looking through old tweets and clips, not because you have an inkling that they might have said something. It's almost a, just in case they said anything, I'm gonna look through their tweets, which is such a toxic mindset to have, to just assume that someone said something wrong. So you're gonna look through the last 10 years of their tweets to make sure that they did something wrong, not to make sure that they didn't. It's always almost to make sure that they did. And when you do find it, oh boy, it's a jackpot. Are you really going to ruin someone's career over tweets they made when they were a teenager? Are you telling me that that is the route you want to take in life? That is the path that you want to take in life? That is simply cancelling people over things they said when their brain wasn't even fully developed yet? I think that's crazy, because I am not the same person I was last year. And I'm sure I'm not the same person I was 5 years ago. Of course, you can look at if the behavior repeats itself, and if there is a pattern, then sure, the person didn't change. But if they don't make those jokes anymore, and they made those jokes 10 years ago, I see a change, I see progression, I see improvement, I see growth. If you don't want to watch their content, that is perfectly fine. That is not the point of this video. You don't want to watch their content, go for it, sis. But don't force other people to feel uncomfortable watching their content. But recently, Shane Dawson was called out for a joke he made on a podcast about sexual relations with his cat. Yes, you heard me right. If that doesn't sound like a joke, I don't know what f***ing does, but people are f***ing outraged. That's what's happening. I actually used to listen to Shane Dawson's podcast when the episodes were coming out. So I was there when that joke was made. And I didn't even think twice about it. I didn't even go, that's a bit strange. Maybe I should just rewind and listen to that again. I just kind of listened to it and was like, yeah, that's Shane Dawson for you. That's a straight up Shane Dawson joke. I didn't even think twice about it. And it resurfaced now, a few years later, and I tweeted out this. I'll put on the screen, I'll read it out for you guys. The fact that people are more outraged by Shane Dawson joking about his cat than a 30-year-old man f***ing multiple underage girls is concerning. Fake woke Twitter's priorities out of order, like always. And I had a few replies to that tweet saying things like, oh, I hate when people don't understand that we can be outraged by two things at the same time. And I'm gonna need you guys, whoever said that in reply to my tweet, if you're watching this video, hello, I'm gonna need you to go back to elementary school or primary school and go back to your comprehension lessons, because clearly you're not reading to understand, you're reading to be outraged, and that is some shit that I don't fucking like. I used the words more and than. In this case, that means I find it concerning that people are more, keyword here, more concerned about a cat joke than, another keyword, ladies and gents, a 30-year-old man grooming teenagers. Now, does that mean you're not allowed to be outraged by both? No, it means you're not supposed to be more outraged by a cat joke than a 30-year-old man sleeping with teenagers. Priorities, ladies and gents. Priorities. Around the same time that Shane Dawson's joke was brought up again and blown out of proportion, he proposed to Ryland, his long-term partner, on their 3rd date anniversary. I want to say congratulations, and I hope you guys are happy, and I hope you guys will have an amazing wedding and an amazing life together. But people came out, and some of them had a verified tick as well, so that makes it kind of worse. We see J.K. Rowling out here wilding on Twitter, and she's got a f***ing tick, so I don't know what's up. I feel like a tick on Twitter nowadays just makes people more dumb, because it almost is like, I'm verified, I can say whatever the fuck I want. People came out and genuinely thought that he proposed last minute to take attention away from his joke. I don't know how you guys think proposing works, but with most people, proposing to someone takes a while to, you know, plan. But also, he said himself, the proposing happened on the 3rd anniversary of their date. Do you think that somehow, by coincidence, this outrage joke and the date happened at the same time, and he was like, wait, there's outrage about me, and it just so happens that an anniversary is coming up? Ow. I'm gonna propose. No, he obviously planned it a while back, before the whole outrage about the joke. Don't be f***ing ridiculous. Rumours came out about Romeo Lacoste, a 30-year-old tattoo artist who tattoos mainly famous people, and he loves to name drop them all the time, aka Kodak Black, Ariana Grande, and some YouTubers including James Charles and Banks, to just name a few. And he has recently been called out for messaging explicit things to underage girls, aka 14 to 15-year-old girls, in 2016, which would have made him 27 years old. Now let's get into it. That came out before the outrage about Shane Dawson and his cat. Now what happened was people were outraged for 2.5 seconds, aka Trisha Paytas, Tana Mojo, Banks, tweeting about it, and all of a sudden the attention and focus shifts from that, which is an actual reason to cancel someone, to a joke Shane Dawson made 5 years ago, or however long it was ago, about a cat. And now the attention is taken away from Romeo, and he feels like now he's gotten away with it because the outrage is shifted to someone else, and no one is talking about Romeo anymore. More people came out on Twitter posting pictures with Romeo, proving that they met Romeo and that they were very young at the time, and that he was also explicit with them. People are also now coming out saying that they have DM proof of him being explicit with them, but can't access the DMs because he deactivated his Twitter account. Activate your account so that people can access their DMs, because if you know you're not guilty, then there is no reason for you to be scared of people accessing the DMs, right? It kind of makes sense. There was a Keemstar interview with Romeo, which was 36 minutes of pure waffle and Keemstar struggling to keep his shit together because he was so pissed off, just as was his audience. And so I'll summarize it for you here. It was a lot of, here's the thing. The pictures were photoshopped. I'm the victim. They did these things with other older men, so I don't see how it's so bad. You pissed on her and it traumatized her. It did. I'm going to give a really good apology. Still didn't give a really good apology. So, Romeo, time's ticking. Come on, we want to hear it. And that's about it. If you didn't hate Romeo before, weirdly, then I hope you hate him now with the rest of us. Come join the club. It's really fun around here. Another piece of tea that people wanted me to really talk about, but I just didn't get around to it with my new schedule. It just kind of didn't work. But also it got swept under the rug because of Shane Dawson and his cat, you know? People wanted me to cover Olivia Jade, a YouTuber with over 1 million subscribers, and her parents. Mainly her mum, who is an actor known for Full House and then later on Fuller House on Netflix. Olivia Jade was never one to enjoy education and want to go to college, and then her mom bribed USC with $500,000 to accept Olivia Jade to their college. And yeah, she got accepted. Other people didn't because they didn't have $500,000 to spare. They got called up for that. Now the uni's under fire. Olivia Jade's under fire. Her mum's under fire. But that also got swept under the rug, which is an actual issue because of outrage about a joke. Ladies and gents, we've reached a whole new low. I'm talking to the fake woke Twitter peoples. Hi, hello. I know you're going to be outraged in the comment section down below. I'm waiting for you, sis. Let's get our priorities in check. If we see a joke we're not too happy with, we can express our opinion about it. You know, you can just not watch the person's content anymore. But if there is a joke that you're not happy with happening at the same time as a grown man grooming underage girls, realistically, what should you be giving attention to? I'm going to give you a minute to think of the correct answer because I know some people really just confused about the concept. So I'm going to give you a while. Got the answer? You can leave it in the comment section down below. And also, just because you dislike a YouTuber or you dislike their content does not mean that you have to spend your free time snooping around their past content or tweets to find something to be outraged about and hoping that you'll find something to be outraged about, or fabricating evidence to be outraged about just to ruin their career and take away their livelihood and opportunities, because that is a whole new low. Now imagine, right? Imagine if you got a job, like your dream job. Think right now, anyone in front of the screen, think of your dream job. You just got the interview. You're starting your first day. You're really living your best life, and someone finds a joke you made 10 years ago, prints it out, leaves it on your boss's desk and says fire them. Would you be happy about that? Would you just be like, yeah, no, that's good, I like that? Or would you be really pissed off because you 10 years ago isn't you now and you don't want your career ruined over it? Now think about it in perspective, think about it from your point of view, think about it, sleep on it, and then let me know. Because I feel like nowadays we're all very hot-headed and we react to things prematurely when we don't need to. And I think some of us just need to take a step back from social media because it clearly just isn't working for us right now. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Comment down below anything you want to comment down below. And subscribe because I post videos every Fridays. Turn on notifications and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.